Hi, everybody. Happy dark moon. Blessed dark moon. Give me just 1 second. For some reason, YouTube wasn't pulling up the, hold on a sec. Wasn't pulling up the event page for me. So I was having a little bit of a challenge trying to find you and get on here tonight. Okay, here we are. Hi, how is everybody? This is huge energies, huge energies. How's everybody doing? Yesterday, I noticed that there were some intense energies coming through for a lot of people. It was I feel like the moment, like, you know, when we've been going through so much and we've been doing so much, and it's like all of a sudden you get to that huge opus of like the high note. That was like, it was the high note yesterday. It was intense. And you're here today, and I'm so glad that you are spending this Friday evening with me and with the Sisterhood, the Shakti Sisterhood. So welcome, everybody. If this is your first time being in our circle, connecting with everybody, I invite you to, if you have it, to go onto the chat and interact there. We have phenomenal Sisterhood members that are on tonight. So hello to everybody. Hello to Karina, Candy. I know that you're going to be catching the replay. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Selena, Kelly, Crystal, Catherine, Meg, Kat. Let's see, Mike. I'm so glad you're able to make it. And I think that's it. Candy, I think there's probably more. I'm still trying to scroll through. It's been intense. Tony, hi, Tony. So yes, I know that. Yay! So yeah, it's been huge. It's been, I mean, if you haven't felt change and shifted in some way, I mean, hi, Cindy. Hi, Don. Yeah, if you haven't felt change in some way, like, wow, this has just been phenomenal. And I use that word because, yeah, some of it wasn't so fun, but at the same time, it was, you know, things are necessary. You know that when you have to go through painful things, there is always at the other end, the aha moments, the appreciation. Maybe not right away. Maybe you need a breath, a little respite, you know, to kind of catch your breath and to kind of like check you to make sure you still have your arms and, you know, your limbs and all that. But at the same time, when you go into that space, you come out more refined. You come out with a deeper sense of self, of knowing, and a tremendous, tremendous ascension and consciousness. So give yourself a moment, if you're still in it, to allow yourself to feel what this opportunity is giving you, why these energies are pushing you in the way that they are. If you feel challenged, if you feel fed up, if you feel like I want to leave my current fill in the blank relationship, job, place of residence, study, whatever it may be, there's always a reason why. And if you look at it, instead of like, why is this happening to me? Look at it and ask yourself, why is this happening for me? And the energies, especially the emotions, right? They're at that huge heightened state. And why it's there is to bring you to such a space of dis-ease, you can no longer ignore the changes that need to be made. So sit with that for a second. You can no longer ignore the changes that need to be made. We have a nice way as humans to kind of soften experiences and kind of go, you know what, it's okay, I can manage it. It's okay, it's okay. We kind of like push it away. Like Mr. Wallace like to say, we use a lot of softeners, you know, and it's true. We go through life kind of like in a state of paralysis, or in a state of not feeling, kind of like you go into a numbness where we fill in the blank with something to make us feel good for the temporary time being, only to come back to those feelings and try to do something really quickly because we don't like feeling uncomfortable, to get out of that, only to come back to those feelings later on. So it's a cycle, it's cyclical, and it's time to end the cycle. You know, we end cycles in our lives of things that are not working for our good, that things that are keeping us from being who we need to be. And the magic of this is when you are aware and you go, I'm doing it again. Here it comes. I know that familiar story. I know that familiar face. And when you start to feel it and you see it, you recognize it. Aha. Okay, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to really allow myself to be uncomfortable and to be angry, but I'm not going to allow it to spiraling out of control into depression or into spaces of hatred or those, because the fire of anger, of the emotions that come up, are really powerful to burn through the block if we allow it, if we use the fire and direct it for what it's meant, right? Hi, Yvette, I'm glad you're here. So think of that. Oh my gosh, so Mike says it's like revving the engines before takeoff on an airplane. They'll rumble before they take off, yeah. And the more we not resist, but embrace it in a way that you're aware of it. Not that, oh yeah, I want more, but you know, you're not resisting it because you know that it's here for a reason. Like the good things, right? The things that are amazing in your life, they take your breath away and you're in such appreciation for. Well, this is also something to be appreciative for because it's going to get to those energies. We talked about this last month. It's going to get you to those spaces that you can't otherwise reach unless you're in this moment. So welcome to this dark moon. And why we call the dark moons the new moon is because a lot of people believe that, and we had practice of that before, where we would start engaging in activity that was to launch us into creating something. And what the dark moon energy is about, it's about a holding space, okay? It's about making your game plan, right? So we're in the holding space right now, and we have the energies of Aries working in our favor. The fire energy that's going to launch us. Fire is quick. It moves fast. So when you made your decision, it's going to happen quickly. So with this dark moon energy, we are in this space of holding. Okay, like Mike's. I love that. Like his analogy of revving your engines. Our engines are revving, but we haven't taken off yet. 2 days from now, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on when you see the first crescent in the moon in the sky, then you're going to know that we've really hit the energies of the new moon. So depending on where you are, I'm not going to give dates because depending on where you are in the world, it differs. So look for that. Look for the actual date if you want, or the time if you really want to know. But just look to the sky if you can. I mean, I know sometimes we get overcast, but be aware. Be aware of what the moon cycles are about. The more you do, so if this is new, what a way to start. If this is your very first time with our circle, I welcome you. My name is Shakti. I am the High Priestess for Luxunis and the Shakti Spiral Sisterhood. Welcome. So let's get started. If you have some anointing oil, it's really important that you kind of put yourself in that visceral space. So bless your body temple, bless your candles, bless your talismans, the sacred jewelry, the adornments that will give you that sense of you're doing something different. It's not a mundane thing. It's a different action from the mundane. So I use my All Mother oil. If you're interested in this, you can message me and I'll get some to you. This is phenomenal. And I use it for all of my sacred workings. So go ahead, go ahead and anoint your third eye and the back of the very base of your neck. A lot of people call it different things. I call it the wellspring because it springs into that channel centers. They're channel centers and connects you to those chakras that are behind your head that connect you to your crown chakra, which is about opening up to receive direct information from our spiritual guides beings. We also get it through different chakras, but this is another way. So anoint your pulse points is really powerful too. Oh, I'm so glad, Crystal. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All Mother everything, Karina says. Beautiful. Mr. Wallace, would you like some? We have some right here. So everyone's smelling good. Yes, almond oil is sacred. It's a beautiful, almond is the almond tree is very sacred to the goddess. So you can definitely use that. Almond oil is beautiful, especially if you set it with the intention of it being for sacred work. Okay. And let's go ahead and clear our space. I love that we have this moment. And when you clear your space, I want you to think about this. As you light your, whatever it is that you use to clear, I'm just going to use my little nub of sage. I really try to use everything that I can to the very end because I honor the herb and what it is given. So I try to use nothing going to waste. In fact, when I'm done, I use the ash and depending on what it's been used for, I will put it over the threshold of my door, the steps to my home, or even the back in my yard, just to keep things clear and to honor the sacred medicine of sage. So this white sage, when you do burn, make sure that it's not just okay, quick and kind of, do your counterclockwise movement, but that you're giving honor to what this presents, this plant ally, because there's sacred medicine in this. And even in this alone is ritual enough. Holding yourself with the smoke and clearing your space and blessing it is such a powerful way to align yourself to the life that you're ready to create. So with the sage, I offer some to you. And I offer some to me, to those who've gone before, and to those who will go after, above and below, and within. And with that, and so it is. And now that you think about it as you're saving and you're wafting that smoke, think about it really just neutralizing the energy, because that's what it does. It neutralizes. Energy can be created or destroyed, but it can be manipulated and shifted to serve you. And to serve for your purpose. And people think, well, that's manipulation, but we manipulate things all the time for our favor, for things that are needed. And in this case, we're manipulating the energies to serve and creating a sacred center, a sacred space to house the magic that we're going to do tonight and the powerful intentions. So as we waft the sage, or whatever it is that you're using as a clearing herb or to clear a space, you want to also then set the intentions, because the energies are neutralized with something powerful. So we call in the power of the magic, the power and the blessing of the goddess. And to those that are the unseen, but that are sacred allies, we call them the ancestors. Love and appreciation. So as we do this, you'd like to? Get some right here for you too. And then you fill that back up. So it is not a void. It is very set intentionally with what it is that you would like, what you're working for. So, and there you are. Yeah, there's refreshing what's going on. Going to manifest like a mofo. Good. Good. That's why we're here. That's why we do this together. Have you noticed the power of thank you, my love, of the power of our sisterhood, of a group? When you work in a group and you're working towards a common goal, which is to improve some area of your life, the energy is so powerful. So going into this, we're going to be connecting in a second, but I want to ask you one thing. With this fire, with this energy of the dark moon and everything that you've gone through and all the things that you are now facing, right? You're probably at a pinnacle point somewhere. But the energies that you're facing right now, where do you want your life to go? So I want you to picture, we're going to use the goddess Hecate tonight. I'm honoring her with my devotee necklace. It's for her. We're going to work with the goddess Hecate. I'm going to lead you on a meditation with her. But I want you to picture yourself right now at a crossroads, okay? So there's choices that are going to be made tonight. And in the following days, we are going to move into those energies of whatever we choose. Okay, you ready? So I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to just breathe into your space, okay? Just allow yourself to be here. The day has been long. Wherever you are, there's probably so many to-do lists. Just let it all go right now and be really just here. Nothing else matters besides right now. So call your energy back to you as you inhale. And as you exhale, just release any stress, any worry, any kind of deterrent from you being here, any distraction. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Now keeping your eyes still closed, with your eyes looking in and up towards your third eye, the space between your brows, I want you to picture us all in a great big circle. All around the world we are gathered together. Those live and those who will watch in the replay, those who will watch even months from now, all gathered together in the now, all here for a purpose. all here for deep connection and magic. And so with your eyes closed, I want you to take a moment to picture this circle. And we're going to do something a little bit different today. I want you to picture this circle where everyone is sitting. And I want you to picture in your hands an object. It could be a crystal, it could be a feather, but an object that is of power to you. In your hands. Now stand up and walk the circle. Notice your empty spot as you walk clockwise around the circle, creating a sacred barrier, a sacred circle of protection for all who sit in this circle. Walking clockwise, aiming your sacred object to draw the circle. You find that the circle is quite big as you're walking, drawing the circle, creating the space. And you come back to your space, and as you sit down gently, put your sacred object in front of you. Now I want you to focus on your heart chakra. And I want you to picture a powerful spiral there. It emanates a powerful color. It could be green, pink, associated with the heart chakra energies, or it could be a different color. It could be a manifestation of many colors. It could be a gradient. And I want you to see the spiral extending and getting bigger until it engulfs all of your body. Now, filling the person who is extend this spiral energy with theirs, sharing this heart space of unconditional love, of power, and release it through your left side and watch it coil around and around in a clockwise fashion until you find it coming back to you. Around and around it goes until you find it coming back to you through your right side, and allow it to connect with your spiral energy now. Notice the vibrant colors, the sparkle, the feeling of just immense power and magic. Keeping it engulfing all of your body. Breathe into that space now. And as you breathe into it, imagine that it's activating. The circle is now activated. And we turn our hearts and directions to the east, the element of air. And as we turn our hearts and direction to the east, we become air. Just limitless, expansive, weightless. We become one with the beating of the wings of our winged ones, the power of the east, embedded into us in the form of air. And we call to air and say, come, come, be here with us now. And turning our hearts and direction to the south, to the element of the south, which is fire. Aries is in fire. We step into fire and become part of the sacred, never-ending flame, the spark of creation, the spark of passion, the base of the kundalini that rises, the dragon's breath, the black flame. We call to the sacred fire as we become one, burning brightly without end. And we call to the flames and say, come, come, be here with us now. And turning our hearts and directions to the west, to the element of water, we step into the water and become water. Endless, timeless, the record keepers hold record of all of Gaia in the water. We are born of the water. Intuition and deep knowing, the embiotic fluid from Pachamama is of the water. And stepping into this space and becoming one, we say, come, element of water, be here with us now. And turning our hearts and directions to the north, to the element of earth, to the ancient ones who have walked this land before us, and to those who will walk this path after us. We call to the deep recesses of the earth, to the sacred spaces of Akate. We call to the bones that rise up and help us to remember our heritage and birthrights. Sacred earth, we become one, the soil that seeds and grows, that nurtures and supports steadfastly. We say, come, come earth, be here with us now. And turning our hearts and directions to center, anchoring in our energy to the center, to the beloved earth below, and to the beloved mother above, to the beloved mother within and the beloved mother without. We call her in her many forms, her limitless forms. We call on Hecate, the great mother, to surround each one of us, to flow through us, to give us inspiration, to give us the courage to step onto our true path. Goddess of the crossroads, mother of all, we call you now, great Titaness. Be here with us. We call to the All-Father, protect and watch over us. We call to our guardians, our guides, to step closer, whisper the secret messages that we need to hear. And with our hearts as one, we say, it is done, it is done, it is done. And by our command, it is so. And just take a moment to center yourself in this prayer pose, heart center, feeling the shift and feeling the magic that has just been called in for your favor. And blessed be. So, here we are, beloveds, in this evening of April 5th. A lot of magic, a lot of power has been going on, and it's time to claim our space. I was speaking with one of the Sisterhood members, I believe it was Selena, my Selena, and we were talking about how it's pretty much a call to action now. Oh, Christina, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you felt it, everybody. I love seeing this chat. Keep going. So Selena and I were having a discussion yesterday, and I was saying how, because this was something that was given to me, there's been a powerful call to action. There, like those who were in the 80s that know the movie Karate Kid, there's no more magic do yes or magic do no. There's a so-so, and there's no more so-so with magic, okay? It's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. Because like Mr. Miyagi says, squish like grape. So you're either going to be on board. My hair got cut, sorry. You're either going to be on board with your life, your magic, the things that are coming forward in you, that are coming to challenge you, or squish like grape, okay? Because the pressure is on. It's getting intense because we are being called to make decisions now that we have to make. We cannot put off any longer our lives. We can no longer play the safe in the wings. So it's all in. And that's what the call has been. That's what the energies are about. It's about making the changes you need to make and just doing it. It's about no longer holding yourself in a victim mode, but by stepping into your power and going, okay, yes, this has happened. However, no more. Or this has happened and it's a clear sign of what I need to do. Only you know. Only you know what that means. So I'm laughing because there's this emoji in Crystal that puts a kimono, not a kimono. What are those things called? You wrap around for karate? I don't know what those are called. A gi. Love it. Okay, so with that intensity, right, I want you to really think about something, and this is important, and this is the most key thing in magic. I mean, there's a lot of key things, but this is pretty key. Notice you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, you have to get honest. You don't have to tell everybody how you feel, but you need to be honest with yourself, because if you cannot get to that space of truth and of clarity, anything you do, any magic spell will be ineffective, because you have to be honest with how you feel and what changes need to be made, and not be afraid of what changes are coming for you. So in that space, what are you ready? Standing at Hecate's crossroads, the goddess of the crossroads, she has invited you here tonight. What are you ready now to choose? Okay, so we're going to go into meditation in a second, but I really want you to feel that, especially if things have been bugging you lately, if you've been like in a really intense space, which I'm pretty sure, I'm looking at the feed, a lot of you have. What are you ready for now? Okay, I love it. I'm getting some yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I love that. So I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath, as the breath is the initiator. And I want you to picture yourself standing on a path. Now, this path can be sand, it could be dirt, it could be strewn of pebbles, it could be grassy. Just notice your path. It could be bricked out. It could be, however, masonry, beautiful masonry work done, however you see it. Notice your path. Look down at your feet. See your feet. And start walking this path. This is the path that you have been walking presently. Up ahead, you're going to notice the fork in the road. There's a fork in the road, and you're going to notice that there are some torches on the ground. You know the kind of torches that become one in the earth, but light up the fire. There's two paths. I want you to stop and just stand looking at these paths, and these paths are obscure. You can't see the fullness of this path. In fact, there's smoke and clouds just kind of only letting you see where it begins. You don't know what are on these paths. And they could be even fashioned differently from your path that you're on. They may change, the construction might change of them. Just notice them. Now, I want you to bring to mind what we talked about, the thing that you have been avoiding, the thing you need to be real about, the thing that you need to be in truth about. And I want you to feel that space. When I mean feel it, I mean just be in the space of that, what you've been avoiding or neglecting or ignoring. Feel it now. With your eyes closed, I want you to call Hecate 3 times. Hecate, hear us now. Hecate, hear us now. Hecate, hear us now. And you notice a woman standing at the crossroads. She comes in the form that is most pleasing to you. So however she looks is however she's meant to. And in her hand, she holds a snake, the symbol of death and rebirth, the symbol that once you are off this path that you are currently on, it no longer exists. Therefore, a death has taken place. And the path that you are going on to is a rebirth. So as you stand at this crossroads, beloved, have the courage to follow your soul. Hecate stands there knowing that you have come with the question. Ask to her now what you need an answer to. She may stay silent, she may answer you. Her silence is not an indication that she does not have an answer for you, only she invites you to answer, or she may be answering you. Now, with your answer, or with the trust that your question has been heard, choose a path. It is not her job to choose for you. You must choose. What path do you choose now? With courage, pick a path. And just step on it enough to where you meet level with the torch. You have not walked through the smoke yet, or the fog. Just stay on that path now and make your choice. Thank the goddess Hecate for holding the space for you as she witnesses every time you make a choice in your life. Every crossroads you've ever come to, she has stood guard and have witnessed it. In honor, we thank her now. Thank you, beloved goddess Hecate, for holding and leading the way that we may find our true path. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now, I want you to feel what you feel. Do you feel excitement? Do you feel fear? I want you to write it down. Okay? I want you to take note of how she looked to you. Take note of what she said, if she said anything to you. I want you to take note of your experience. Give just a couple more minutes or seconds. Were you surprised with what you chose? Did you know that it was coming? The goddess Hecate is intense. She's definitely, I love her so much. And she's a goddess that will put you on your path, that will never lie to you, and that will be absolutely, completely 100% raw with you. Yes. So how did she come? Did she come in her maiden form? Did she come as the old crone wise woman? Did she come in her dark goddess, the dog form? Did she come in her dragon form? Sometimes she can appear with a head of a snake. Sometimes she can have the head of a horse. So how did she come to you? that is also symbolic of what you are needing in your life more of. If she came in, okay, like for instance, Selena talked about, she came in her maiden form. There's something about newness, something that you'll be starting that's new. The maiden ushers in the springtime, the new life, the promise of something that hasn't fully matured yet. So if she's come into her maiden form, that is initiation into something that's new. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of you, hi, Kelly, a lot of you then are going into a newness, something very new right now. And Karina said, Mother Goddess in all black, circular candle crown. Oh my gosh, a green snake in her right hand. Okay. So when she came into her Mother Goddess form, it means something that is in your life that needs to be nurtured as a mother watches over and as has given birth to. So you're about to, Karina, birth something now, is in the mother form. And she's holding that space for what it is that you're giving birth to. Because, you know, we give birth to something, sometimes it's very vulnerable and raw, and it doesn't need to be exposed to outside elements. So whatever you're birthing, hold it the way you would a newborn, very, very protectively and very close to you. Beautiful, all black, younger. So Crystal, I love it. Again, the maiden form, all black, that tells me newness of the dark mysteries. That's going deeper into the dark. And I immediately get occult. So power there. So much power in that. Oh, Meg, I love it. She was a floating white winged young woman with rainbow colored hair. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is to me is she doesn't come in forms like that always. And so she showed you her Empyrean form. That is a very powerful gateway to some magic that you're going to be doing in transcending. I keep getting like this bridge, transcending. She came as a woman in a black robe. As she moved her head, she changed age, wrapped around my wrist and bit me. And then she touched my cheek and spoke some words to me. Oh gosh. Okay, that's when that happens. Did you take it as initiation, brother? Did you take that as when her snake bites you? It is absolutely now you have her power. You remember we talk about Veneficus and the Sisterhood. You have her power. That is a powerful initiation. I am excited to talk more about that with you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Maiden with black hair in a flowy white dress. I love it. So now that you have this information and you stepped onto your path, how did it feel on your path, standing there with this unknown adventure? How did it feel? Did you feel vulnerable? Did you feel excited? Did you feel like, okay, I know? Was there like, what was it? You know, like when you start something new for the first time, how did it feel? These journeys are very sacred milestones in our life, and it's important that we take a moment to honor stepping onto a path. It was my right path, and she was pointing to the left, so I took it as a left-handed path. My right, her left. The path I chose was red sand in a storm ahead. Oh, wow, 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 wow. A little fear. Absolutely. That's I would say for me, that's almost necessary, because you're going into something because you don't know, and there's almost not even an expectation. Therefore, the fear comes up because it's unknown, and that's powerful. And the storm up ahead means changes. And us witches love storms. We do our most powerful magic in storms. At least I do. I love stormy weather. I mean, we joke about it in the Sisterhood, where we're all collecting, storm water. Why? Because we can use that to launch us forward. And so with this energy tonight, the launching of forward, I want you to, now you have your path. I want you to do something symbolic to how Hecate has shown herself to you. So you can do a sketch, you can make a symbol, something, and I want you to keep it in front of a candle. And the candle can just be a tea light. It doesn't have to be very elaborate, but it can be elaborate if you feel called to. However you feel guided. I want you to take a representation of Hecate and a representation of your path. So for instance, Karina talked about red sand and storm. So you might want to get a red stone, or you being that you're right there in El Paso, you might have some red clay, some red sand. Take that and put a little bit in a little dish on your altar as a symbol to the honoring of your path and what you're doing, where you're going, where you're embarking, where the next steps are. Does that make sense? So going into tomorrow and the next day, as soon as you start to see that sliver in the moon, I want you to start at night, not during the day. I want you to call Hecate 3 times before you begin. So it would be like, okay, you light your candle, you have the representation of your path. And I want you to close your eyes, breathe like we do, center yourself and say, Hecate, 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 hear me now. On the 3rd Hecate, hear me now. And then you can say some words like you invite her into your space. You call on her to witness. And envision, the second part of this is envision the smoke dissipating and walking your path. Take a couple of steps. You don't have to go very far because you're already on the path, but take a couple of steps through the smoke till it clears. So do this meditation. Powerfully, it's going to shift you. It's going to shift you, and it's going to bring a sense of awareness now, because you have chosen something and you've taken steps to bless the path, and you want her to bless this. So you want to ask her for her blessing and her guidance and protection as you take on this newness of whatever it is. Okay? Or nurturing of whatever it is. You can sit with it for a little bit. And then whatever you use symbolically, if it's a paper you drew or did whatever, burn it and use that and reserve that sacred ash to anoint any candles that you're going to be working with in the future regarding this path. Or you can use whatever it is as a symbol, if it was a stone, if it was earth, to also anoint your altar to hold space for the work. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so there you are. Well, there you are. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Mr. Wallace, you're right. He's busy writing over here. Everyone ready? Yes, she can. Christina's asking, does she also appear with platinum blonde hair? Yes, I believe there's somebody else who had white hair. Platinum blonde is very close to looking like white. Yes, if she did, there's a reason why. Okay, there's something that you need to see about the white, the platinum blonde, almost as if that's like a blessing of a crown, like literally a canvas of all color taken out of it so that you can then add to what you need. She's very symbolic. How she comes to you is how you're needing her to be. So ask yourself, what does that mean for you? Okay. So Meg says, now do I change my hair to rainbow? You could. That's fun. I was talking about that actually not very long ago. I did my hair and had purples and blues in my hair like several years ago. So that's always fun. Yes. So I didn't get a chance to look at all the feed, but these are things to keep in mind as we go into the space, we have the fire. So that's why I say use the candle as an activant, as an activator to initiating this path for you, the pathway, her torches. You can use them symbolically with the candle. So yeah. Do it. I'm purple right now. I love it. Yes. I've been thinking about doing it with mine too, but I can't find a good hairdresser for that nowadays. So yeah. So yes. So hold that space, be sacred with that. And you may not want to share beside with who holds the space with you in the sisterhood or here in our chat. You may not want to share that with people that may not agree with what your moves are or what you're doing, or may not understand your work. Like we'll use the symbology again of the newborn baby. You want to hold it close and share it with selected few. You don't want everybody touching your baby and getting all funky with germs. So, you know, you want to hold it close, okay? And share it with only those who you know will hold you in that deep respect. Oh my gosh. So Mike just said, yes, this is perfect. My friend got me a print of Hecate for my birthday. Okay. Like, yes, 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 yes. So I'm going to pull a card for us. This is from my deck, Whisperings of the New Moon. She's been around for since 2016. So I love it. I'm doing a revision of her. She's going to be out again. So if you want to order this deck or her companion, the full moon deck, go to luxunis.com and you can order there. I'm going to be sending to the printers very, very soon. So those who have pre-ordered, they are going to be in print starting to go into printing by the end of next week. So be ready for that. That's totally exciting. So a message. I love this. Your guides are speaking. Are you listening? Drops the mic. No. The end. And we're done. Okay, there you go. Your guides are speaking. Are you listening? Right? Oh, this card, Meg, I love you. Yeah. And seen. That's right. Are you listening? Everything that has happened, it's so wonderful. We feel so great in these moments. It's after the camera's turned off and you're in your space that the magic really also happens. And so that's up to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so getting back to the space, let's close our eyes again. This hour goes by so fast. And collect everything that you've received, everything that was given to you, and honor it with a thankful heart, with appreciation for all that has been shown to you and all that will be shown. We thank our ancestors and our guides. We thank the All-Father and the Blessed All-Mother. Thank you, Hecate, for holding us in this space as we transition onto a new path. Thank you. To the element of earth, thank you for being here in our circle. To the direction of the west, element of water, thank you for being here in our circle. To the direction of the south, element of fire, thank you for being here in our circle. And to the direction of the east, element of air, thank you for being in our circle. With your eyes closed, I want you to send love and strength and courage and compassion and the ability to see beyond what is being presently shown with those intentions to everybody in this circle. Sending acceptance, sending support for changes, great changes that are going to be made, for storms that are going to have to be walked through, for initiations that are going to have to be passed. All of it is part of the grand work. So sending now that courage, the strength, the fortitude to do what needs to be done to everyone, each individual in this circle. We feel you, we see you. And a great healing to those who are in need of it as well. And now focusing on your spiral, release it through your right side and watch it uncoil, going counterclockwise now. around in this great big circle, uncoiling and coiling. Until you, again, have your energy coming back to you through your right side. With your spiral extended, we call in the beloved one energy to cleanse our fields. And just feel that energy now just raining down on your person, just in your space, clearing your spiral, clearing any debris. We powerfully call the one energy now. Feel it. Feel the one energy. Breathing into it, allowing it to just cascade over your energy fields, fortifying you, repairing any fractures in you. And turning your hands down to the ground and your feet, anchoring this one energy into the ground as well as your energy. So you're feeling grounded and releasing any energy that you no longer need. Releasing it all. Anchoring it. Now calling in your energy again now till it's concentrated in your heart. Now, just as we did at the beginning of the circle, I want you to grab your sacred item, stand up in the circle, and walk now counterclockwise. And as you do, imagine that circle that you have created absorbing back into the item as you pull the circle with you, going counterclockwise. Until you find your space once more. And breathing in this space, closing up your spiral energy, concentrating into your heart. Deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, hands come overhead in prayer pose, closing your energy centers, taking a moment to express gratitude and blessing. It is done, and by our command, it is so. Blessed be everybody. So now, those who are in the sisterhood, continue the discussion. Talk about this evening, do your thing. I love that we continue the party afterwards in the sisterhood. So keep doing that. And for those of you who want to be part of the sisterhood, right now the doors are closed, but they will be open again in the fall equinox. So be ready and prepared for that. Thank you to each one who's joined tonight and shared of your energies. Many blessings to you. So much love, so much magic. Mwah.